Hello, teacher. My name is Fat, and I'm gonna present our program. So during the COVID-19 pandemic is becoming worse over time. We have made an intensive data processing and analyzing tools that may be beneficial to the policymaker. So first of all, we have received a CFP file including data from WHO. So in our program, firstly, we have made a class called data row, including the ISO code, continent, location, date, new scale of COVID-19, new death, people has been vaccinated, and the population of the country. We have published a constructor uh, including all objects in the data, and we have and we and in the data there are some value which is new, so we also make a function to set it as 0. In the constructor, we also have the new case, uh, new date, and people has been vaccinated for user to input whatever they want to know about the data. Next, we have create a data list to add a row and set the time range and add all the figure to make them cumulative value. Uh, and we also publish the time range and another data row to return the data. So next Tuấn will explain more about the program.
Hello, my name is Tuấn, and I will present the next part. Um, as Fat mentioned, we have data list and data row, and when we read the data, we put all the data into the data list object and return it. And in the main, when we read it right here, and after we got all the answer from users, we will first filter that data we get with the location user provided, and then we go to work on the grouping. To do the grouping, we have a separate class called data group. In this class, we have a property called data, and which contain an array list of the data list. We have a method called set groups, which will work process on the data we want to if the first row is the start date, we will add an empty row into that. The reason is that in our method we converted all the columns into the up to type. So in order to calculate the new total, you have to store an extra row before the start date, so that later on when we calculate the new total, we can subtract the current row to the data of the previous row. And in the for loop, we can if the first row is not the start date, we will check if the for the start date 1 day, we will store the data of that row, and then after that we just add the data into the group normally. And then after we get the groups, we will then add the data point into the data display, and this part is the Ramcharan part.
Thank you, Tan. And my name is Ramcharan, and I'm going to explain the display part. and there's a two way to display the data in this program. One is tabular view and the other one is chart view. We just created two separate classes for the display part, like for the tabular view class and chart display class. And in the tabular view class, as you can see, we just extract the data from the data display class, and inside the data display class, as you can see, we just use the array list and they extract the data from the data point. Inside the data point class, we just get the data from the label and the value, and we just transfer the data to the tabular display class. And inside the tabular display class, there's a two column, one is range and the other one is value. Based on the user's input, the range class display the two dates, and the value class display the number of cases or the vaccinated people or the death, number of death. And the second class is the chart display class. In the chart display class, you can see we just create the chart display class with a 24 row and 80 column, and all the and the display area divided by the straight slash and the dashes, and the range of the width calculated by the left y-axis of chart range divided by number of ranges, and it is just rounded to the nearest value. To get the value range, the maximum value is divided deducted by the minimum value, and we just use the -1 here because to get the index for the start to write the since the last is the horizontal line, and the minimum value and the maximum value classes are created here separately. Tan will explain the demo part of our program. Thank you.
So when first press the start button, you get to ask about the location. In our program, if user enter any wrong answer, it will show an arrow and reprompt for the answer again. So I will enter something different, and then I will add a valid location. And then you can choose an option. User can choose either day or week. I will choose day, and this part I will choose the display as tabular. Here you can see we get the table, and I will do again for the chart. Same thing. As you see, the chart is produced correctly, and user can choose to continue or stop. I will stop here. And that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.